Hey boos! So today I am going to be going over the live mode for inZOI. Now I know that some people have some live mode videos or some little tips and tricks that they have experienced while they're playing, and they have a couple of those TikToks, shorts, YouTube shorts, you know, all of that stuff. But I wanted to do more of a long form video, maybe 30 minutes. Listen, I did say I wanted to try to work on not doing super duper long videos, but I realized that some people like to play and watch the video as they're learning and playing the game alone. So, you know, I'm not going to deprive you guys of a real thought out, well explored part of the live mode. So I'm going to try to get as much as possible done and as well explain everything and showing you where to go to these parts of the live mode and what buttons does this or what constitutes for that in the game. So I'm gonna try to be as clear and precise as possible. I am not the greatest at explaining things, but I do attempt, because I do like to share what I do know or what I found or what I've experienced. And if I do stumble over some things, or you feel like I didn't cover something correctly, let me know down in the comment section, you know, because this is the whole point of playing games and experiencing these things together, is that we find things and we help each other learn how to better play the game, or not necessarily just play the game, but to overcome certain things that we feel like, well, this game doesn't have this, but in reality it was somewhere else. And that's the whole point I'm trying to make, is that, you know, the more we learn together, the more we teach each other, the better our experiences with the game will be, and especially for people who are new coming into the game, because the inZOI is very daunting of a game, because it has so many different features, and some people may not realize that certain features do click together. But if you know, again, looking through it and going through everything, that you'll find that, yeah, it's pretty intuitive. But anyway, enough of my yapping. Let's just get right into everything, or at least to where I'm going to start. So this is my ZOI, Mila Franklin. I've used her a few times in my older videos. If you haven't, you should go back and watch some of my older videos of my, not necessarily of my Let's Plays, but of my how to make it easy, let's keep it easy guides and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, so what we're going to do is first start off with the UI down here, and just getting you generally caught up to speed of what does what and how to better navigate it with shortcuts on your keyboard, or if it doesn't have a shortcut, that you can add it through key bindings. Anyway, so the first thing is first, we're going to go here. This is the time. So this lets you know it's the date, the time, the temperature, and what time of year it is. You can't really see it that well, which is unfortunate. So they did say they were going to work on giving us better UI functionality and for us to customize it better. They have yet to release that. They did show us a concept of it, but they have yet to release it. So hopefully we get that soon and we can be able to color these, or at least make them more visible. But this is how you can tell when it's spring, if it's the weather is sunny, what temp it is, and so forth. Now we're going to the time speeds, excuse me. Now, the very first thing I want to show you guys is the load. This right here lets you choose to, if you want to go in a save. So if, say for instance, something bad happened or to your ZOI, or is about to happen to your ZOI, you can click that button specifically, click this load button right here, and it'll pull this little menu up here for you. So I'm gonna show you again, push load, and it'll pull this up for you. And you can go then to the last time your ZOI was physically okay and not probably burnt to a crisp or eaten by a shark or shocked by a jellyfish, or unfortunately how my one ZOI died trying to break into an ATM machine. Yeah, that was tragic for him. But that's how you get into, this is how you use this specific thing right here, to use this option here, which is load, so basically load back and to rewind. Of course, this is pause, and to pause it on the keyboard, it is to push 0. Push play, which is slow mode, you push 1. For normal mode, you can put it to 2. I keep my game in slow mode, not normal, because normal is pretty fast. So as you can see, but I'm gonna go back to pause. If you want to go normal again, you press 2. To fast, you put into 3. And if you want it to be very fast, press 4. And Mila, where you going? Cheeky woman, stop it. All right, now the next thing I want to cover is the autonomy options. Now the autonomy options, they're going to be actually reworking this in August. So I'm just going to go over this briefly because right now this is very complex. But for those, until we get the August update, I'm going to show this for those who are still trying to figure out how this works. Now you can access this in the sidecat guide by clicking this button right here. and it'll take you right to it. And it's also right here as well. I do have a video going over the cydnaide guide, but it is kind of old because they've added more stuff since the high school. I think even before high school, they added some more stuff on that, and I didn't go over that one. But again, the cydnaide guide gives you everything you need to know about certain things in here. But again, this video isn't about going over the cydnaide guide. This is me just showing you what's here and where is it. You can check items to configure them individually. So as you can see, we have personal, family, and city. So in personal mode, you can choose to personally on your personal Zoi how you want them to act autonomy wise. When autonomy is enabled, your Zoi will act on their own to satisfy their needs. So if you have this checked, that's what that does. Block conversation interruptions. Other Zois will not interrupt conversations. I keep this on for the most part, and you'll see it's checked right here, but it's off right here. However, I'm going to go get into that in a little bit. Use situation-based looks. And you go over here. You will use situational looks such as swimsuits and sleepwear. You can set these looks and customize appearance. Now, you can see that it's not checked here and it's on here. And you see where it says under here, applying the city option. So I'm going to skip over family and go right to city. In the city option, I have autonomy on, and this is for the entire city, not just your personal Zoi, not your family, but the entire city. The entire city autonomy is on. I have the block conversation turned off for the city. So that means that based on the city's option, that everybody in the city can interrupt conversation. That includes your family Zois. And I have situation-based looks on. So as you see, it was blacked out here, but it was still on because of the city. The city overrides family and personal. So if you mess around with things in the city, those options go for everybody. Your Zoi family included. As you can see, family does the same thing, saying applying the city option. So if you don't want this, then you should turn all of this off if that's what you want. Or you can do that. See, I have it blocked off for my Zoi. So my personal Zoi doesn't have to worry about this because I clicked this off, even though the city has it applied, because I chose for this for her. She doesn't have to worry about this. And same thing for if I do that. See, so now she has situation-based looks on if she wants them on, but if I want them off, there you go. See, and it'll apply the city option. See, so it's a little finicky, it's a little weird, but I feel that as you read through each thing or you do certain things, you'll figure out what works best for you. And the family also, like your family Zois, they will have their own thing too. So then you can just turn everything off for family as well, except for autonomy, if you want them to, take care of themselves. So K-Jun said that he is going to actually change this so that people won't struggle with this because it's very complicated. So they're going to simplify this. Hopefully simplify does not mean take away the options, but just to clarify things. So fingers crossed that they don't simplify to the point where it takes away, but simplify it in a way that is easier to read. But that's how the autonomy options for this works. And I meant to also say that autonomy options does not have a shortcut, but if you want to turn it completely off, you can click T. So if you hover over most things, it'll let you know if it has a shortcut or not. So remember that. Now, these are very standard. You got your hunger, you have your hygiene, your sleep, your bathroom, your fun, social, recognition, and energy. Now, recognition and energy are two new, I would say, needs that they have added to the game, or to not to the game, but to, I would say, the roster of things that your Zoi needs. Energy is more based on how active your Zoi is. So if you say, for instance, your Zoi is running or swimming, this bar goes down fast. Yeah. And if you want to know more about each thing, you can always hover over it and read it. Energy indicates the energy a Zoi needs for their daily activities. So that's what that's for. So, and sleep, of course, is for how tired your Zoi is for doing things through life and things like that. And you can actually die from sleep deprivation in this game. So don't let your Zois sit there and be sleep deprived. They will die from it. Now, the recognition, I am kind of iffy with this one as far as of us needing it, especially if you have a Zoi that doesn't require it a lot. Now, I will say that they did tweak it a little bit so that if your Zoi is more of a recluse or a loner Zoi, or a Zoi that doesn't like to be, under people a lot, they don't require recognition a lot, like a whole great deal as like an emotionally needy Zoi or someone that is very lively or very extroverted. Introverted, recluse, those kind of Zois, they don't require a lot of recognition or a great deal of it. But if you feel like it's kind of getting on your nerves, you can always just freeze your Zoi's needs, and that's a cheat thing. So I'll go do it in cheats later on. But yeah, I don't I just don't know how I really feel about recognition, but it's there. So recognition is for your Zoids and how often they talk to other Zoids and they connect with those Zoids. Just for instance, if Mila decides to go home and talk to her brother, she will gain recognition from that. Now, she does have other ways to get recognition without necessarily talking to another Zoid. So I'm going to go here really quickly and show y'all through her by clicking on her and going to her smartphone. If you have your Zoid to check their smartphone, actually, I want to see if her recognition is kind of high and you can't see it move or anything. So we'll come back to that one and we'll wait until her recognition goes down. You're not going to sleep, young lady. Chill out. All right. Now, the next thing I wanted to cover is, of course, the Moodlets. Now, with Moodlets, they have changed it so that, say for instance, your Zoid is feeling content like she's feeling right now. You can hover over her profile card and it'll give her your name. It'll give you your Zoid's name and the current emotion she's feeling. A state of wholesome cheerfulness. Your gardening skill now improves faster. This is where you know which emotion boosts which skill. So if she goes to go garden, her gardening skill will increase. So keep an eye out when you see your Zoid is feeling a specific mood. Check it here by hovering over the face card and it will let you know what skills will benefit from the current mood your Zoid is in. I forgot I had her busking earlier, but the more dominant emotion will always be the one that your Zoid is having. They don't spaz through emotions. Like, you know how, say for instance, you're feeling it, like take yourself for instance. You can wake up feeling lethargic but happy. Like sometimes you just feel like, oh, today is tired, but I'm feeling content, you know? I'm feeling lazy. That overall feeling of feeling happy over your lethargicness wins out, right? You still get up and kind of do stuff, but you're kind of like doing your own thing. You're kind of chill, you do whatever, and you feel like you're feeling pretty good, but the other feelings you have in the background are in the background. And that's what this basically works off of. She may be feeling flustered for, doing her busking thing, but she's overall content. She's pretty good. She beat a cold. She's full. She had a good meal. She had made a donation. She had posted an uplifting post. So overall, her feeling is, I'm feeling pretty good about everything, despite that one thing that is bugging me in the back of my head right now, which is her being flustered by busking. And I say, as humans, we do have this, where we have our overarching emotion ruling things, even if we have other things in the background that may be annoying or caused us to feel some type of way. We still have our overall emotion that either carries us through. So it's the same principle here. So that's how they got the emotions working in this game. I'm sorry if that sounds kind of confusing. Like, again, let me know down in the comment section if that sounds confusing to you. But let's go on to the next thing. So the next one is urges. She's having an urge to develop a video game because she played a video game. Her and her brother played a video game and she had an urge to develop one. Now, she is a genius and she's a slacker. She's lazy. And every time I got her to go over to do this urge, she'll do it for a little bit and then she'll be like, oh, I'm too tired for this. And we'll get off and go do something else. And I feel that. Not the genius part, but definitely the slacker part, because I know me. I know me. I be having all these different ideas, especially when it comes to like even doing YouTube. Like I be having all these great ideas, and then when I get on here, I be like, oh man, I'm tired. As you can see, Mila's kind of a representation of me, other than the genius part. That's all her. But anyway, wants to read programming book. See, she also wants to still do these kind of things too, even though she's lazy about it, and she wants to change clothes because it got hot outside, and so she wanted to change her clothes. So that makes sense.